Hello there and welcome back. In this video we are going to see the part 2 of the manage group members script that you have seen in the previous video. So the idea is to add another task which allows us to resolve either fedora.org or Fedora. So this is the FQD and the fully qualified domain name, and this is the host name. So that way we would like to add to the hosts entry a new line. And in order to do that, we would like to copy this one to the manage service, manage group members v2, and edit, not in the etc but the temp. So this part you are already familiar with. What we would like to do now is to create an additional task. So the name is going to be action item on the etc host. And we would like to use item.split .0, and we are going to use the line in file, and we specify the path, which is going to be etc hosts. The line is going to look like this. So we take our IP address, which is going to be a new argument. We will take the item and the item split first element, and the state is going to be the state, whichever we specify, and we need to indent these, and we would like to become, and when IP is defined, and this one is going to execute when group is defined. So let's call our Ansible playbook, and we use the temp manage group members v2, item is fedora.org, the action is add, and the IP is this one. So now if everything goes well, we can see in the hosts file that we have successfully added these entries. And let's just make sure that we can remove it. Yeah, it is working. So now what we would like to do is to create, with the help of the invoke module of Python, a CLI application to do both the group editing and the host file editing at once. So let's create our tasks.py, and from invoke we would like to import the task. And we need to import the subprocess and import the socket module. So the socket module is going to provide us the getHostByName_x function, which will return the IPv4 address of that specific hostname that we specify. So let's create a decorated function, and let's call this manage group members, and we need the C, which would be like a remote machine or local machine if you used it, but technically this is not relevant for now. And we would like to have the what and the action as arguments if what and action, then print performing action on what. Otherwise, we would like to print I don't know what action should be performed on what. Great. Now, if we go back and issue the invoke dash list, we will see that this is the function which is provided. So it's important that you issue the invoke command in the folder where the tasks.py is located. Otherwise, it will say that it cannot find any tasks. So invoke without arguments shows us this output. But if we say that the what is fedora.org and the action is add, then performing add on fedora.org. So how do we perform this? First, we need to try to get the IP address to call the playbook with the IP argument. In order to do that, we need to create a try except block, and the data is equals to get host by name x what, the second argument or second index and the first element of the second index, except data is none. If data, we say that the IP for what is data. Now let's try and run it once again. Yeah, we were able to resolve it. So now that we were able to resolve it, what we would like to do is to grab this long line and basically make it an f string which we can pass to the subprocess. So the command is equal to an f string, and the IP argument is going to be the data, the action is going to be the action that we specify, and the what is going to be the what that we have specified. So now what we need to do is to create the pinky variable. Maybe I'm playing too much Doom Eternal, I don't know. This was the first thing that came to my mind. So we use the subprocess is popen, and we say that we execute the command in a shell with the std out equals to subprocess pipe and the std equals to subprocess std out. Now we need the std out and the std from the pinky communicate. So this is basically the way to tell with Python to try to get the output from the command which was executed, and it's a blocking function. So until there is a result code of that command which was executed, it will stop. So it's like ideal. It's not like you ask it once that are you ready, and if it doesn't respond, it throws an exception. It's not like that. So if the pinky that return code is equal to 0, then print etc hosts file successfully edited, otherwise we say that could not edit etc hosts file. Alright, so now let's invoke this one. Wow, it seems to be working. Now what we can do is to basically show what was done when the playbook executed. So we can print the std out decode. And now if we execute this, you will see whatever was the output of the subprocess which was executed. And yeah, basically, I mean, just for consistency's sake, we could say that we break this command by specifying only the I as an argument. And well, it still says that it was successfully edited, but how do we break this? Hold on, there is a simple or simpler way. Ansible playbook. Command not found, could not edit. So now we are like sure that our return code is working. Alright, now we managed to edit this one, and we can verify under the hosts that we have the entry. What we can check is whether the remove is working, and it's working. And now the last thing that we would like to add is the following. So now we have edited the hosts file, and we should create the command with the group variable. And the group is going to be, how do we specify this? It's going to be a static variable, so len, and now the same thing should happen, which happened for the other one. So let's use Pinky. And whoa, we use the std out stdr for this communicate, and we check if the return code is fine. Oh boy. And let's see, Ansible hosts was successfully edited. Could not edit. So let's remove it. I knew it. So now we have here tabs, tabs, tabs. What? And this is fine. This is also fine. On the line 28. Oh, I was checking the wrong one. So now Mm-hmm. But why did it do? Unbelievable. So, Ansible hosts edited successfully. What did we do? Oh, we removed it. Let's check whether the add is working. So cat, let's see Ansible hosts. Cat, let's see Ansible. Oh no, hosts. So we have successfully added this one to the group. And let's just try and remove it. What we can do to like harden this whole solution is to say that if not action in add and remove, then we would like to say that invalid action specified and return false. So now if you say that this is RAM, invalid action specified. So technically that was all I wanted to show you. This way you could create a wrapper CLI for your Ansible playbook that would take care of both these things. And that was all. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one.